Hi guys, welcome back to Matt Dudley PT, where today we will be doing, as promised, a little bit about nutrition. It's a big subject. I don't want to go into too much detail. I just want to give you the truth on what to expect with fat loss, weight loss. So if that's the kind of thing that you're interested in, please continue to watch. Right, before we get started, little disclaimer, I'm not a nutritionalist, I'm not a dietitian, I am a personal trainer, which basically makes me qualified to give nutritional advice to aid in a training program, whether that be for weight gain or for weight loss. Is this the same for all personal trainers? Yes, in theory. Everyone has to pass a nutritional exam to gain a level 3 qualification in personal training. Does that make everyone as good as the next person? Not necessarily. What makes me better than most personal trainers? A lot of personal trainers have never been anything other than fit. I have. I've been at every end of the scale. I've been 12 stone, unable to put on muscle. I've been 16 stone, lean at 6% body fat and happy. I've also been 18 stone and 35% fat and not very happy. And I know how to manipulate my body. I know what changes I've got to make. I know the work that's got to be put in. I know what sort of time scale that it's going to take to achieve what I want to achieve. So it's needless to say that over a course of time, I've tried my fair few diets. So whether that be the cleverly marketed ones like your Atkins or your Slimming World or your Weight Watchers, they're all based around the same thing, and that's basically a calorie deficit. So that is eat less for the amount that you move. It's simple. Right, the issue that I've got with these types of diets is they put restrictions on you. They say you either can have this or you can't have this. Whereas by definition, a balanced diet is a diet consisting of a variety of different types of food, ensuring that we have enough nutrients to provide good health. So how are you having a variety of different types of food if you're putting restrictions on yourself and saying, oh, I can't have that, I'm on the Atkins diet, or I can't have that, I'm on the Weight Watchers diet? It doesn't work. It drives me nuts. They're all based around the same thing, which is a calorie deficit. If you want to lose weight, eat less, move more. That is the sad truth of it. Just as an example, what I want you to do is picture your body as a type of car with an expandable fuel tank, which is in essence what we are. So if you sit at the fuel stop all day and all you do is refuel, eventually you are just going to get bigger and bigger, right? You go for a drive around the forecourt or a long drive and then come back, you're going to need to refuel, which is basically how the human body is designed to work. So right now you might be thinking, okay, tell me something I don't know. Okay, with Weight Watchers and Atkins and Slimming World and all the others, what they do, and they do well, obviously other than the marketing side of things, is they give you structure. They give you a plan, a guide to follow. They tell you what's good, what's not. Now the whole point of me doing this for you is basically just to tell you, to give you that similar structure, so to tell you what is good, what is bad, what to expect, what not to expect, how much you need to move. Okay, so if you made it this far, you are probably thinking, how can I make this specific to me? How do I know how many calories I'm burning? How many calories do I know are in certain foods? How do I know what exercises burn how many calories? Well, I hate to break it to you, but here comes the science. I'll try and keep it relevant. I won't go into too much detail. I'll just make it specific for you. Okay, so your BMR, this is basically your metabolic rate. How many calories you should be consuming as an individual. You can find this online. There's all you do is type into Google BMR calculator, and it'll ask you a series of questions in which at the end of it will give you an idea of how many calories you should be consuming each day based on how active you are as well. So scientists at some point, they experimented with a pound of fat, and they found that you get 3,500 calories from a pound of fat, or it takes that much to burn a pound of fat. So stay with me. To lose 2 pounds of fat each week, you would need to be in a calorie deficit of 7,000 calories. That's 1,000 calories a day. I'm just going to let that sink in for a second. That's to lose 2 pounds a week. Okay? Now to do that consistently, not very likely. Fair play to the people that do it. Now I know that might not sound all that impressive, and it doesn't really mean a lot to you guys. So I'm going to try and sort of put it into perspective and give you my figures and show you how I track it. So for a male, 36, 6'2", 220 pounds, my base metabolic rate is around 2,100 calories. I class myself as moderately active, so to maintain my weight at 2,700 calories. For me to lose 2 pounds a week, I am going to have to consume 1,000 calories a day less than what I burn plus my metabolic rate. How am I going to do that? Right. Me personally, I find this the easiest way. Instead of eating less, purely eating less and eating 1,000 calories less, that's going to be pretty tough. Is it going to be sustainable? No. So what I aim to do is I'm going to eat around 500 calories less and burn 500 calories more. Can I do that? Yeah, I can. That way I'll be creating a 1,000 calorie deficit. Now the question you're probably going to ask me now is, okay, how do I burn an extra 500 calories a day? How do I know that I've burnt those extra calories? It's easy. Well, for one, there's technology. So I've recently upped my steps. I considered myself fairly lazy, and I was doing around 7,000 steps a day. I'm now doing around 16, so I'm doing an extra 10,000 steps. There's 500 calories, easy. I can calculate that through my app on my watch. For those of you that are self-isolating and don't necessarily want to go outside or can't get your steps in, home videos as far as YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all these different social media platforms have been absolutely flooded with home workouts. Have a go at one. If you find that you've tried some and they're too difficult, which is a lot of the cases, because the majority of these videos are done by super fit people and they think that everything's really easy when in actual fact for the rest of us it's not. For those of you that just want to get moving and it's the first time up off the sofa for a while, I'll be doing a video and you can follow mine and do mine, okay? So the next question you might be asking is, how do I track my food? How do I know what calories are in what? I'll show you now. Right, so this is my MyFitnessPal, and this is how I track my calories coming in. All you do is scan the barcode and it will tell you exactly what the macronutrients are, so how much protein, how much carbs, and how much fat is in each item, along with how many calories. I then have my MyFitnessPal linked in with my Fitbit app. So it tells me how active I've been throughout the day, and then tells me how many extra calories I'm allowed to consume. So happy days. I'm not going to lie to you, it is a bit of a pain. It is time consuming when you first start. So scanning all your barcodes and finding out just exactly how many calories are in what and what to accompany certain foods with. Once you get yourself sorted and I can have this for dinner and this for lunch and this for breakfast all in the same day, and I know that I'm going to be on target. It's just a case of swiping left so that you can see, yeah, I'll add that, I'll add that, I'll add that. Brilliant, job done. It literally takes around 20 seconds a day to add a whole day's worth of food in. Now, one thing I definitely won't be doing is weighing myself every day. Now, I agree that more data is better. However, the reason why a lot of people fail is because they don't see results on the scales, and there are a number of different reasons why your weight will fluctuate, mostly through hydration. If anyone watching this has ever been to a weekly weigh-in through either Weight Watchers or Slimming World, you will find, if you've done this before, that if you have a pint of water before being weighed, you will be that pint of water heavier. If you go for a wee or don't drink anything throughout the day, you will be considerably lighter. It's just how it works. Boxers and MMA fighters, or any sort of combat sports where they have to make weight. So by that what I mean is they have to be at a certain weight or below a certain weight at a certain time and date. And how they do that is through manipulation of water levels. Now they can manipulate, I mean, this is considered an art, they can manipulate their body weight by up to 30 pounds over a 7-day period. And just let that sink in for a second. So that's over 2 stone in a week. That's why these silly videos regarding I lost 7 pounds in 7 days, it's all a load of rubbish. Did you burn 7 pounds of fat in 7 days? No, you didn't, because it's not possible. It's very, very unlikely unless you've got a very large amount of mass to start with. At the same time, is this healthy? No. You should always be maintaining as much hydration as you possibly can. You should never try and manipulate it for your weight. So, to sum up, marketed diets are a load of rubbish. They're just money spinners who all have the same goal of being in a calorie deficit. What they do is create structure. But now you know the rules, why can't you create your own structure? When creating your own structure, remember, don't restrict yourself, unless it comes to calories. Factor them in. So for instance, for example, if you want a pizza on the night, don't have a heavy breakfast and a heavy lunch. Compensate for what you're going to have later on. Or vice versa, if you want a heavy breakfast, compensate and have a lighter lunch and a lighter dinner. Just factor it in. Don't restrict yourself. Alternatively, move more. You want that pizza as well as everything else, burn another 2,000 calories. It's one option. Don't trust silly weight loss videos or gimmicks or adverts for new pieces of equipment that are going to reduce your belly fat. There's no substitute for hard work. It takes time. There is no quick fix. So basically, with weight loss, it's not going to happen overnight. Do it safely and do it consistently. The main thing I do want to get across is, providing you're tracking it and you're always making a conscious effort, you'll get there. Doesn't matter how quick. It's not a race, it's a journey. Right then guys, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I am super duper psyched to see if I can help anyone. I hope this has been of help. If you want to see if I can back up my bull, then please don't forget to follow me and subscribe. There's a little bell at the bottom down here somewhere, and you'll be able to see my own fat loss journey, as I like to call it. Until next time, guys. See here that I'm on a 1,000 calorie deficit, and I can go back through my days and see, yeah, again. That's not the case for me right now, but I'm working on it.